Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Yes.
Wherever you are in the world. Hi. Welcome to Empowerment Talk show.
Yes, welcome. I'm glad to be back home. I am so excited. As you can see, we're outside today. We decided to shift our position so that you could shift your position, right?
Right.
My vacation was great. I had a good time, and I'm happy to be able to say that I feel rejuvenated. I feel great. I feel refreshed.
Yes.
Ooh.
You need that from a vacation. You need that. You need to come back refreshed. And yeah, I'm glad you had a good time.
I did.
So I went on vacation. Then
Yes.
you went on vacation.
Yes.
And now we're back together.
Yes.
We're ready to go.
In
We're ready.
one piece.
Amen. Amen to that.
All right. So today we're going to talk about just a kickoff. Happy Memorial Day to those that are watching.
Yes,
also.
happy Memorial Day.
We're just going to talk about appreciating our fathers because, next month is Father's Day, and we want to just share with you what we feel about our dads and how we grew up in Jamaica as girls with our dad, right? So let the talk begin. So Latoya, I have a quick question for you. How was it growing up with your dad?
It was, I don't know. It was, guys, I'm tearing up because we're outside. Pollens, right? So I'm tearing up. But it was good. I feel, when you're younger and your parents want the best for you, so you kind of feel like they're going too hard. But now it's like, there's such a sense of appreciation that is like, oh my gosh, I had this all the time growing up. But as a child, you just want to do you and do your thing. But my dad was great. Like, I was never ever short of anything, and I was a kid that really would want it anyway, but kind of like think my dad didn't have it, and then he'll come like, why didn't you? But he was wonderful. Like, he was never not there. Even when he's away, he's always there. Like, it's just a phone call away.
Right.
So how was your dad?
My dad was really, really strict. Daddy, if you're watching, you know it's the truth. My dad was strict. But now that I got older, I really, really appreciate it, because now that I'm running my own business and I'm going through life, I realize the most important things that he have taught me, which are foundational things, now I see it. Like he would always say to me, every morning I get up, my dad would say, go read the book of Proverbs. And I'm like, what? But now that I'm older, I realize that the book of Proverbs is such a principle book.
Yes.
And it helps you to develop mindset, skill set, and to live a better life. So I'm really grateful to my dad. Thanks, Dad, for the little sessions of go pick up a book.
For my dad, schooling was very important. Like, listen, I went to summer school up until summer school couldn't. I think if they had summer school for college, I would have gone to summer school for college.
That is the real truth.
Like, he was big on education because, he saw that I wanted to learn. I had an eager to learn, and I wanted more. So he was very big on that and instilling, being able to stand on your own, being able to independent. He was very good at, instilling that in me. So, a joke, right? So my dad here, he's the foreman on construction site. So I tell him like in high school, I'm like, I'm ready to go get a job. So, how, you're in the workforce, and you do have older men that prey on younger females. So at that time I was a teenager, so he's like,
you don't really understand.
I don't understand, but he's like, get a job where, listen, this man said, all right, I'll give you a job. You can't come push the barrow on the side.
Wheelbarrow.
I need to push the wheelbarrow on the construction site. So who stayed home that summer? Don't even be bothered with anything about work. Me. So there's a really good push on just being independent. And as I said, like, I didn't ask so much growing up, so whatever, I'll get birthday parties all the time. So all the time. So it was fun having him around, and what I'm glad that he saw, and I see that in myself now, especially with education. Like if my son slips up with anything else when it comes on to education, I can see that sternness in me and wanting him to learn. So that's what I'm trying to push, and just trying to push savings and independence, and just be courteous and kind to other people, because my father, he has always given his last to people, no matter who they are, no matter how wrong they've done with him. So to him, I should say, he will always give.
A lot of times we look at our parents, even our moms, we look at them and we say they're so strict, they're so stern. They tell us to go do something. But young women, if you're listening to us through Empowerment Talk, I just want to encourage you that whatever your parents are telling you to do or encouraging you to do, it is the right thing.
It is.
They have already lived it. They have already been through it.
Or they have peers that's been through it as well.
And they just want, I believe now, they just want the best for us, because growing up, my dad was a single dad, and so my grandmother played a big role in my life as my mom. So my father, my father instilled in me, going to school, studying, reading a book. Like Crystal Tomlinson said, now when we were growing up in Jamaica, they tell go read a book. Go read a book. It's a thing. But now reading has become such a hobby for me. It's like I can't do without reading a book. Like right now I'm reading Spiritual Formation by Dr. Chris Scott, and it is showing me how you do things over and over and over, not realizing that's your calling.
Right.
And then we end up doing this job, that job, and so those are things that I'm grateful for with my dad. And I plan for Father's Day to do something special for my father, to let him know that I appreciate him. I'm the oldest for my dad. I'm the only girl, so I'm spoiled.
We are the oldest and the only girls. So you see, we have so much in common just from birth, right?
Yep. So I am at the point in my life where I said, what, my dad has become not only my mentor, but my best friend. I never used to talk to my dad about relationships or anything like that, but now I'm like, Dad, I need some advice. And he gives the best. He's my father, so I'm gonna be biased. My father gives the best advice, and I really enjoy conversating with my dad. He empowers me. He helps me to do what I need to do in my life as a young female, as a young entrepreneur coming up.
Oh, definitely. Like my dad up to today just spoils me, and it's I can't even cook in my own kitchen, people. Like if I do anything, it's like, but Naki, me tell you, say, I didn't get upset. It's just like there is such a great sense. I feel now that I'm older, we have such a wonderful relationship, and that's what Camille said. Like we're able to talk about every and anything, and that's what I appreciate a lot. Some people they've had bad experience with their dad, but I'm just grateful for my dad and what he has done over time. And over the whole years, I'm not gonna tell you my age. Some people might know, but well, almost 32 years. But I really appreciate it. Like just coming home, I'm tearing up, guys. But just coming home every day like this. Listen, my dad feel like I need to come home to our home cooked meal every single day. I appreciate it.
You know why? Because you know what? they have already lived their lives,
Yes.
right? And they're older now. Whenever I travel to Jamaica to visit my dad and I spend a day with him, he doesn't want me to do anything. He wants me to just relax. He'll cook something, or we have a housekeeper. He'll ask her to make me a meal. He wants to drive me around. He doesn't want me to drive.
Exactly.
And I'm like, Dad, I can handle my story. But that's just the protection. Them teaching us what we should expect from our husbands and from our mate. And when you look at your father, most of the time we women look for a man just like our father, the attributes of our dad. And sometimes when we don't get that, we end up leaving the relationship because we realize that you ain't adding up to the values that my father that was instilled in me. And so the demonstration that we had as young women, I believe it affects us when we get older. So women, if you're listening to us around the world, I just want to say to you that do not allow what was instilled in you to determine how you're going to go forth in your relationship with someone else. Accept the person for who they are. Trust them, develop that trust, work with them. If they can't work with you and you can't work with them, then you just go your way. But don't put your father's anointing on top of your mate's head, because it just don't fit.
It don't fit because no two person is the same. He's gonna have some and he won't have the other, but that's where they say compromise. Okay, compromise.
Yes.
Know what is it that you're willing to accept and what is it that you're not. If it's not working, it's just not working. Take your foot, move on, and leave. For me, for my father, is like I know I want a very good, supportive, husband, boyfriend, whoever it is, right? I know for myself, he has to be supportive. I'm not just saying financially, just overall, mentally, physically, emotionally, just be and spiritually, just be very supportive, and just being there for the family. But he needs to be family oriented.
Yes.
It just can't be about your dreams and aspirations and you're going for it. You have to have an equal balance.
And in that balance, you want to make sure that it's not a seesaw balance, because sometimes we can mistake a seesaw balance for a flat balance, right? I did a session on that a couple years back where we talk about balance and seesaw balance, because sometimes we're in we treat our family as if we're treating strangers, especially our dads. The men are not appreciated enough. If you notice, black men, not discriminating, black men are graduating more out of colleges, are becoming more doctors, lawyers, more than any other generation. If you notice, young black men are no longer going to prisons. Young black men are no longer selling drugs. They have gotten wise to the system, and they have realized that we got to shift it for the next generation.
And I'm glad that they're getting wise to the system and seeing that they don't have to accept what society has given to them at all. You see a couple on along the roadside, but then when you see the others, they're just pushing and they're coming out with great jobs. A lot of them are getting even employed before they even graduate. And it's just something spectacular to see. And we want to elevate our men. We want to show our dads this it's not this month yet, but the month of June is going to be about the dads, their health, their wealth, empowering the men overall, and not just dads, because whether or not you are a father, you're a man, and we want to empower you, or you're about to become a man, or we are going to pull that man out of you this month.
Yeah, because the thing about it, some men may disagree with us and say you don't know what it's like to be a man because you're not a man. But let me tell you something: without us, there would never be you. We are the bird. We are the life giver of the man. Yes, I said it loud and clear. Women, that's why they call us Mother Earth, because we are the soil And
Right.
once the seed is planted, then the tree grows, right? And then we bear
exactly.
fruit.
Right.
So you got to remember, we may not know your mentality, but we know what's inside,
Well,
the development.
right.
Right?
We see your potential.
We'll see your potential. So we want to help you to maximize it, and God's will, we will have different men come in for interviews to hear their story and how to encourage another man, how to treat their daughters, how to treat their
Exactly.
wives, how to treat their girlfriends, so that you could get some insight on what it is to be a father, what it is to be a man, and what it takes to keep your family together. See, women have a lot of expectations, but have we ever stopped? And that's what I would like for us to do this month. Just stop and look at what a man expects in a relationship. Oh, that's a good topic.
That's
What a man expects in a relationship. What he expects expect from us women. What are they expecting? So we will hear from other men, but I just want to let the men know that is watching that we love you, we appreciate you.
and we haven't forgotten about
haven't
you at all. So, this is where we want you guys to jump in and just to tell us some of the issues that you face, or just even tell us some of your accomplishments. Because it's not just about being negative or the negative side of things.
No.
It's also the positive side of things. We want to know what is it that you've been through that made you the person that you are. How have you grown? And we want to highlight you as well. I know a lot of you guys have small businesses, and we talk and we encourage everyone with a small business to just come on, share what you have. We like to share. It's our community. We're one. Whether you're here, Jamaica, Africa, it doesn't matter where you are. We're in the days of like the internet, so we all can tap in. If you can't be here physically with us, you can just
chime in.
Chime in.
Do FaceTime.
Exactly.
So going forward, that's the theme for Empowerment Talk Show, is empowering the men in this season to win in their health, their wellness, their mindset, and in their wealth. Because a lot of men, they make a certain amount of money, right? And we women, we want 10 to 50% of the money.
Yeah.
So Latoya will be putting together some tools on how men could save money, and manage their money properly. Because at the end of the day, money is your lifeline. It comes in your hand, it goes out. Your sweat of your brow, you eat bread. Make sense? The sweat of your brow, you eat bread. Your hand, because you got to work for it. So it's your lifeline. So whatever you do with your money, how you invest your money, how you sow your money, is and the return you get on your money is how your life will prolong. And a good man, the word of God says, a good man leaves inheritance for his children's children. Right? So that means that it's a generational thing. It's not just for you. I think I posted that on Facebook a couple weeks ago from the book of Proverbs. I'm telling you, y'all got to get into that book.
I saw a quote that said, if you weren't born in wealth, you need to leave in wealth. I love that quote. If you weren't born in wealth, you need to leave in wealth.
Hashtag.
I love that quote. I feel like you need to leave some form of legacy for your children to come and their children, and you need to instill that in your child as time goes on as well. Teach them how to save, how to put away for the future.
I'm going to share something personal about my life. My grandfather was a brick mason. He was a mason. And so our house in Jamaica, he built from the ground up, right? He came from a poor family. But my grandfather decided for his children, he was going to instill education and owning your own property. So, and he was a correctional officer. So growing up, I never lived in a rental property. Never. All my life. Never lived in a rental property until I got to America. I experienced living in a rental property. I didn't know what it was like. And see, these are fundamental things that I believe that parents should teach their children. That when you get to the age of 18, no matter, because you don't know where life is going to shift you, where life is going to transition you, to teach us how to deal with that transition.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry to cut you off.
That's okay. No one taught me that.
Right.
So I had to learn, you know, based on what you said, to
Right.
leave that legacy. I had to learn that part of my life. How to pay rent, how to pay light, how to pay your cable bill, or pay your bills on time.
And you know what it is? It's just about being disciplined. Mm-hmm. Being disciplined. You know, you could. There's this rule where they say 70% of your paycheck needs to go towards your bill.
Right.
10% for saving. The other 10% for your tithes, and the other 10% is
For emergency
for
funding.
emergency funding. So, men, are you doing that? 70%. Like, do not allow your bills to go over 70%. And you know what they say too? If you're in debt, if you're in debt, this is so simple. Do 97% of your income, push it towards killing your debt. But still do your 1% for savings, 1% emergency fund, 1% paying your tithes, and just see over time how things just break down and just go away.
I believe that, you know, in giving your tithes, it really, 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 really shifts your life. It does. We're not perfect.
No, we're not.
And God knew that we were not going to be perfect. He knew that we were going to fall short.
Right.
That is why He created people like me and Latoya that have the desire to help others to find their truth and maximize their potentials. Because a lot of times what we grow up seeing our fathers do, we end up doing it in our lives.
Exactly.
And it's not always the right way, because life changes, situation changes, money have changed.
Right.
Because in my dad, excuse me, in my dad times, a house was so inexpensive.
Right.
But now a home in Jamaica is what? $2 million, $1
it's
million.
crazy.
It's so expensive.
It's crazy.
Right? And
2 million, 1 million, girl, you crazy?
a small house.
That is just trying to buy the piece of land with nothing on it.
Yes. So, you know, times have changed. So take what your parents have taught you. Young people, we're talking to you. Take what your parents are teaching you and build upon it as you go through life.
Build.
And then teach your children
How to build on that and keep it going. Don't just let it stop with you. You know, instill that in your child. And do not, like they say, you can spoil your child, but not to the point where they feel like they're entitled.
Yes.
Like they go somewhere and they feel like they have to get it. They have to get, and they're kids, so they're going to feel that sense of entitlement. But you have to tell them
Train
no.
them.
You have to train them no, and you have to learn the word no. And when you say no, like for example, Khalil, as soon as Khalil gets money, I tell him go bank it. But mommy, I want to buy this. Go bank it. And it's all it is this piggy bank. I'm teaching him, go bank it. Go deposit it. I tell him, go deposit it in your bank. So me instilling that in him today, when he grows up and at God's will, I hope he keeps that going forward. You get your money, save it, go and deposit it in your bank.
Because, you see, the thing about it is that if the schools begin to teach young people how to manage their money at a young age,
Right.
by the time they graduate high school, they will understand. But now the world, I shouldn't even say that, because now the world has shifted. I see 12-year-olds becoming entrepreneurs.
Amen. Yes.
Like the lemonade lady in Whole Foods. She's what, 9 or 10 by now. And then you have the young lady from she's Jamaican. Her last called Marley, and she's a reader. Every single year, she challenges children from the age of 5. She lives in Texas, from the age of 5 on up, to read a book every month. And so she's only what, 13, 14 now.
She's about that now.
She's brilliant. She's so articulate. And to see young people learning the fundamentals of what some of our parents have been trying to tell us for a long time, it's just amazing to watch and see. I mean, I wish I had my mom, you know, to instill that. My dad worked a lot. He's a police officer. Thank you, Dad, for serving, for protecting our people. And his job is dangerous, so he didn't have a lot of time to sit down with me to say this is A, B, and C. He did it when he could, right? So every morning we would have devotion, or every night before I go to bed, he would read me a story. But at the end of the day, spend time with your children.
Yes.
It's vitally important to develop that bond, that relationship, so when they get older, they know what to do.
Yes. They're encouraged.
They know what to do. And see, you know, mothers are naturally givers. It's natural for us to hug, to do all of that. But men, come on, man. Hug the child and tell the child you love them.
You love them. You don't even know how a child will feel from that. Just that sense of appreciation. Hug your child. Tell them that you love them every single day. Every single day. A kiss on the forehead is something spectacular. As old as we are, a kiss on the forehead is always something spectacular.
I love whenever I see my dad, I'm like a big kid. Right? And the same for my spiritual father. I just sometimes I call him. I don't call my pastor. Sometimes I call my spiritual father, and I'm like, Dad, you know, you got some wisdom for me here? And he'll tell me what to do, what not to do, what to say, because he's older, he knows, right? So we want to begin to think about our fathers, pray for them, encourage them. Women, stop tearing the men down.
Yes, encourage them to be better.
Encourage them to be better. Encourage
you
them
want it
to
to be treated good, you need to treat someone else good. You can't give out something and expect a different thing. Right? Whatever you give is what you get, ladies. So, you know, we always have our scriptures going.
Yes.
So I want to read this. So 1 Corinthians 6 verses 13 to 14, 16 verses 13 to 14. Be watchful, stand firm in your faith, act like men, be strong. Let all you do be done in love.
My, can you read that again?
So 1 Corinthians 16 verses 13 to 14. It says, be watchful, stand firm in your faith, act like men, be strong. Let all you do be done in love.
See, it comes back to love.
Love, it talks about, you know, having faith. So your spirituality, be brave, you know, being strong, being there, being a provider for your family. And then it talks about love, what we were just saying. Kiss your kids, let them know you love them. Let your family know that you are there for them. Okay, men?
All right. So again, we are the Empowerment Talk Show, and I am Camille Oneash Ismail, and we have the lovely Latoya here.
You know, this I realized from the other day, we're not introducing ourselves at the beginning of the program. We're doing it at the end.
Yes.
Kind of backwards, but we're gonna get it. We're getting there.
So we look forward to our YouTube channel growing. We look forward to our Facebook channel growing.
Yes.
We are here to just empower you to win in life and in business. We started this channel because we wanted to draw people from around the world into one place so that the world could know who they are, so they could become a voice. Look forward for the next movement. Again, don't forget, Now Goal 1000, continue to save your $77 a week.
Okay, we need to start another program. I say let's kick it off for the month of June. Now Goal 1000, for those who are new to Empowerment Talk, it is where we save $77 for 13 weeks to get to $1,000 within that 13 weeks. And when you get to that $1,000, we want you to save it, to invest in it, not to spend it. It's not something to go splurge with, but to invest in something that will become profitable in the future for you. So $77 for 13 weeks, and we are going to kick it off starting next Monday, because by that time will be, I think that will be the 2nd of June, somewhere there about
the 3rd of
the
June.
3rd. Okay, so yes, so we're gonna kick it off. Okay, people. So thanks for joining us. It was good being outside, as you see, guys. Well, I'm tearing up all the time, but
and I'm sneezing.
But we wanted a change in location. We wanted to do something different.
And see,
And then,
I'm curly today.
hey, we curly suit today.
Gotta have a little fun. All right, so we'll see you right here, right back with us on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Empowerment Talk Show. And we look forward to your ideas. Remember, this is a dialogue. This is not a monologue. We love your conversation.
Yes.
We are your sisters on your journey. So join us again. Share your comments so we can read them out, so that we can share them with the world. We love to hear your comments. We
yes.
love your comments. So comment. Share this video, like this video, be a part of our journey.
And touch someone with this video. You never know who might need to hear this, but just share, comment, and go to our Empowerment Talk Show. Please like our page. Encourage your friends and family to like our page and comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know how we're doing, how we could improve, because we're always open to dialogues and to talk. And let's get it. All right, people, enjoy your Memorial Day.
Yes.
Okay,
I'll be at work. And going forward on Tuesday. Don't rub it in, okay?
Nobody with the hate in there.
On Tuesday at 7 p.m. we will have Coach Claire right here on Empowerment Talk Show. And then on Thursday at 1 p.m. we will have Coach Vidra teaching you how to eat healthy. Both of them are health coaches. And then we have the Confidence Coach at 7 p.m. on Thursday evenings. If you would like to be a part of Empowerment Talk Show, reach out to us at Empowerment Talk Show on Facebook, or you can reach us at www.onishismail on Facebook, or Latoya on Facebook, or send us a message right here on our video. All right. So do me a favor, don't switch the channel. Come back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Bye-bye.
Bye.